This lesson is number 4 in a series that I did with the grandkids, in which together we built a metal detector as they learned principles of physics that made it work. This lesson, however, has absolutely nothing to do with metal detectors, but since in our previous lesson we constructed a radio frequency oscillator, which we will need for our metal detector, we're going to digress and have a little fun with it by turning our RF oscillator into an AM broadcast station. As usual, to do this, we build it with parts from our Snap Circuit kit. You will find a link to the schematic diagram for the circuit in the description of this video. The speaker module that comes with Snap Circuits doubles nicely as a microphone, feeding that through a step-up audio transformer, then from the transformer through a 10 microfarad capacitor into an NPN transistor, and connect the transistor to the positive terminal of the operational amplifier that is the heart of our radio frequency oscillator. In order for the transistor to work properly, it needs a slight positive voltage on the control terminal, or the base of the transistor, as it is properly called. The small positive voltage turns the transistor on and allows current to pass through the transistor so it can modulate the radio signal with our voice. We refer to the small positive voltage applied to the transistor as the bias voltage. We need not too much voltage and not too little. A simple way to find just the right balance of bias voltage is to use the variable resistor that comes in the Snap Circuit kit. So adding these components to our oscillator, set the variable resistor to the ground side of the resistor, so the bias voltage starts at 0. We position our AM receiver near the oscillator circuit and turn the radio on. Turn up the volume a bit, tune it to a dead spot in the middle of the AM radio band, and then turn on the oscillator and tune it to the same frequency so that the oscillator signal silences the static that we hear on the radio. Now we adjust the bias resistor until we find the sweet spot and begin to hear a loud audio feedback from the radio speakers. Now we can turn the receiver volume down and move it away from the oscillator and add some amplitude modulation.
Testing.
That's what we call feedback, right?
What if we bring it out? I don't sound like that.
Yeah, that's your voice.
That's your voice right
Testing.
That comes out a little.
Testing.